Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome to it. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. There's a few things going on in the world. I don't know if you're aware.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's some strife, some conflicts, and we're going to see if we can work them out
in our
today.
world today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll get it fixed by the end of the show, though. So it's a pretty tough situation going on in Ukraine, and they're just getting pummeled right now. President Trump posted, "What Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia." And I mean really bad. He's playing with fire. That's interesting. But, yeah, he's losing patience with him. And it's pretty evident from that particular
Yeah, and some very interesting news out of Germany as well. At the bottom of that same page there, where the chancellor, the
MERS,
yeah, they're taking the gloves off.
Says the West is now good with Ukraine striking positions in Russia. Mm-hmm. He also said his government would no longer detail which weapons his government was sending to Ukraine. Well, that's probably a good safety tip anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you need to broadcast that?
I mean, we've done that, though, forever.
Yeah, we have.
Given detailed lists of everything.
Yeah.
Except for the cash.
The people have a right to know, but I mean, there's certain things that we maybe don't need to know. Certainly Germans don't need to know what's being sent from Germany. What could go wrong in Germany? You know what I mean?
Never mind.
What could go wrong?
How dare you?
Anyway, closer to home, Jake Tapper and his book tour continues. This guy should be ashamed to even show his face in public.
Yep. But the death of shame, right?
Yep. But no, he's proud, I guess. And he apparently is just now realizing how terrible people in the Democrat Party are.
I went on a left-leaning podcast that shall remain nameless, and we were talking about my kids because I think they were both people without kids. And they asked me about my son, and I said he was, he's a football player and he wants to be a policeman. And their joke was about my 15-year-old son. Oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist, my son. And that was the big laugh. And then I got dragged in the comments and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, this is why you are losing elections.
100%.
Like my football playing son, who has no political views. He's 15. He thinks about World War II and gaming and playing linebacker. That's his world. You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. And why does he want to be a cop? He wants to be a cop because he wants to help people, and he thinks that's the best way he can help people.
It's the world you started,
And
Jake.
that's how the Democratic Party talks to men.
Right.
Not just white men, but men. And I get the idea that they thought Tim Walz could what's the term he used, code switch or something. He thought that he could translate the Democratic Party values because he hunts and fishes and owns a gun and was in the army and drinks a beer. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least there was an attempt, but I find it just insane.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah,
welcome to the party.
Right.
Not the Democrat Party, the party that celebrates how awful the Democrats are. I mean, they are the worst. He's getting a really good dose of
it sure is.
Of
good.
reality here.
Good.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
How many books has he sold so far?
Oh, I bet a lot. This has been a pretty successful tour. It's, if nothing else, it's created huge awareness for that book.
No question.
And you're kind of interested. Well, how's this hypocrite going to spin this in his book? Let me just see that. But
yeah, I probably should read it.
I'm not going to give him a dime.
I know it's tough. I probably should read it, though.
It probably should. I'm just not going to because I don't want to give him a dime. Wow. Somebody you will be happy to spend a dime on, and a little bit more, is the movie The Last Rodeo. This is from the same people who brought us King of Kings and Homestead and Sound and Freedom. Yeah. So this is a story of redemption, true grit. You're going to really love it. You don't want to miss The Last Rodeo. Chris is still crying every day over it. It's touched him that much.
I'm going again on Friday with some friends.
Are you really? Yeah.
Friends
it's
you
worth
don't care if they see you cry?
Oh, they see me cry plenty.
Okay.
Church friends.
So you've warned them that you're a sissy already.
Yes.
Right?
When it comes to this,
good.
yes. Father-daughter relationships, yes.
Now we're going to get...
Just because a man cries doesn't make him a sissy.
Yeah, I know. But it's Chris.
But it's me.
But
Thank
it's Chris.
You. Yes.
Come on. I mean, everybody knows he's a sissy. So, but it is a great movie, and you're going to love it, and it'll probably bring a tear or two to your eye as well. It's The Last Rodeo. Neil McDonough is a star in it. He is the main guy, the guy who plays an old rodeo champion who comes back to try to save. He's got to win this this rodeo in order to save his grandson, who's got a really bad, I think it's cancer. Is it cancer? Yeah. So get your tickets right now. It's angel.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat. It's Unleashed. Okay, yeah, promo code Unleashed. Angel.com, promo code Unleashed. Once again, Angel, ANGEL, angel.com, promo code Unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so we got the realization coming from Jake Tapper. The Democrats are despicable. Many of them, most of them. Certainly in leadership.
All of them.
Yeah, probably not your neighbor Democrat. I mean, there are some right-thinking well, they're not totally right-thinking.
Okay, all of them.
Obviously, but yes, all of them. All Democrats. But Bill Maher has been noticing the same thing, and he's been speaking out about certain things for a while. He had a message for liberals in this country.
One of the main reasons why the far left started to really hate me is because I call out Islam as what it is, extremely illiberal. That's what's so ironic about liberals being so supportive of Hamas is because you're liberals. And these are the people, I'm sorry, but this ideology, Islam, even in its more benign forms, yes, I agree. The vast majority of Muslims, not terrorists, of course, but Islamists, which is the word we use to describe people who are not terrorists, but kind of agree with the things terrorists are doing and are for, that's a much higher number. That's many millions of people. And even the rank and file, I mean, most Muslim societies live under some form of Sharia law, which no Westerner who thinks that Hamas is so great could ever live under. Your fundamental rights that you take for granted here in America, you would not have. You know, I mean, all the protesters who are protesting in Gaza against Hamas, they've all been killed. Right. They killed protesters. Women, I mean, do I have to say anything more than just if it was just that issue, how women are treated? Are you kidding me?
Wonder what word he just used there.
I don't know.
Are you frankly kidding me? Was it frankly? I think it was frankly.
Yeah, Franklin.
Yeah. They don't care about women. They have proven that. I mean, women have been totally tossed under the bus. And they've been driven over, and then they've been backed over again, and then they've been driven over again. So, welcome to this party as well, to Bill Maher. Bill Maher, Jake Tapper. I mean, when you're too far left for those two guys, you're pretty far left. So, when will they wake up? Probably never. I don't think the hardcore Democrats and the elitists in that party will ever wake up to this.
Well, Jake is awake now, right? He's got the book.
He's awake now.
Let's see.
He's awake now, right?
Let's see.
He's out there bugging Trump for health stuff. Remember that clip yesterday?
Yeah.
Where he's saying, we got to look at Donald Trump's health. All right, bro, we got it.
Right.
Mr. I didn't give two craps for 4 years about Joe Biden's health.
Yep.
Well, now he does.
You might want to sit that out. You really might want to.
Well, that's long gone for him.
Yeah, it is. Also, CBS News and 60 Minutes blowhard. Scott Pelley.
Oh, my goodness.
He gave a commencement speech at Wake Forest over the weekend. Wasn't it terrific?
No,
Here's some of what he had to say.
This morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack.
Of the speech.
And insidious fear
is not under attack?
Is reaching.
Oh, okay. No. It's reaching.
Through our schools.
All right.
Our businesses.
Uh-huh.
Our homes.
Oh, boy.
And into our private thoughts.
Stand still, bro.
He can't. He's excited.
Fear to speak. In America.
Oh, wow.
Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes. And heroes criminals.
Like George Floyd?
Power can change the definition
like the guy who killed the UHC
of the words we use
CEO?
to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal.
Pause it. No.
Equity.
No. It's diversity at the exclusion and while discriminating against everybody else.
Don't.
Everybody who's not diverse.
Do not start bogging us down with facts.
I know.
Okay. Don't
I
do
apologize.
That. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. We can't
Scott,
handle it.
It's under attack.
Uh-huh. Okay. He had more.
Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word.
This guy sucks.
This is an old playbook, my friends.
This is Scott.
There's nothing new in this.
Did you have a story to work on for 60 minutes? What
Get out in my face, bro.
Wow.
It's just so ironic. Where was this speech for 4 years during Biden?
Yeah.
Because everything he said could be applied to that administration.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's exhausting listening to these people.
And was applied for particular programs, not Jake Tapper.
Correct.
Not 60 Minutes.
I mean, he talks about free speech. I mean, hello? Did you see what happened between the Biden administration and social media companies?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
What were we? We were forcing people to take the jab if they wanted to keep their job. But you lecture me about freedom in this case.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard was talking about how the Biden team worked to limit free speech.
Done here, what was done under the Biden administration. Was it they were saying that everyone who opposed, say, mask mandates or the vaccination of children are domestic violent extremists? Or were they saying that those are opinions often held by domestic violent extremists?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. That when you look at the language of these documents that I've declassified, first, the strategic implementation plan of the Biden administration's designation of potential violent domestic extremists, it really talks about people who may likely turn out to be domestic violent extremists or those who may likely turn to violence because of these specific quote-unquote ideologies that they hold. And there's a consistent thread through here that these ideologies that they are designating as turning into potentially violent activities or being manifested in violent activities happen to be those of people who were using their First Amendment rights to oppose certain policies of the Biden administration. Wow. And while some of the examples that are focused on there have to do with those who opposed the COVID vaccine mandates, those who opposed the mask mandates, parents who were concerned that their children going to school may be forcibly vaccinated with the COVID vaccine without the consent or awareness of parents. The list goes on, but it's not exclusive to this. In some of these reports that we've declassified, it shows that People who were opposed to Biden's border policy, for example, could therefore have propensities to join a militia or could become these domestic violent extremists that we're talking about here. And again, it's important to look at this in the totality and the sequence of how this happened. These documents were issued in December of 2021. You remember very well, Will, the speech, the ominous speech that President Biden gave in 2022, where with this red background and Marines standing in the background, he issued an address to the nation warning the American people that Donald J. Trump and MAGA Republicans pose a direct threat to the fabric of our republic. And then you put that together with how the FBI and others within the Biden administration directed social media companies to censor Americans and undermine our First Amendment rights because, of course, the social media companies don't want to be in a position to support the spread of domestic violent extremism. So when you look at all of these things together, you understand at its core the thing that I committed to the American people to root out, which is the weaponization and politicization of the intelligence community and national security state against the American people.
Director, it's a little bit like that analogy or the test that I had to take when I took the law school entrance exam.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Really?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Well,
yeah, when I went to law school, I had some thoughts like that.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the test.
Well, the entrance exam.
Well, share them with us,
Right.
please.
No, I don't want to brag. It's going to sound like like I'm talking down to everybody.
So congratulations.
I don't want to do that.
It's just an entrance exam to law school, Keith. What are we talking about?
I see. Every one of us is a DVE, a domestic violent extremist, based on the definition of the Biden administration, as revealed by those documents from Tulsi. We knew. Again, it's shocking because it's happening in America.
And yet it's not.
But it's not shocking because we know the administration.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Saw it for 4 years. Let me tell you about the Jace case. As always, Memorial Day comes and the weekend comes with all kinds of sales on furniture, appliances, even lawnmowers. But this one from Jace Medical is in a league of its own, and it's stretching past Memorial Day. It's not about stuff. It's about being prepared when it matters most. Right now, you can add ivermectin to your Jace case for just $1. That's a prescription medication available as an optional add-on to the Jace case, which is a personal supply of emergency antibiotics that every household should have on hand. You just want to be prepared. It's going to give you peace of mind. And it doesn't stop there. Once you've ordered your first case, you can save $50 on a second one or on a kid case. If you're looking to protect the entire family, these aren't the kinds of deals that you find in a flyer. They're the kind you find when you're serious about taking responsibility for your health and your family's health and your well-being. Because in a real emergency, when minutes matter and options are limited, having the right tools in place can make all the difference. So go to Jace Case, jace.com, J-A-S-E, jace.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout, and get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at J-A-S-E, jace.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed continues.
Hearing from some of the stars of the administration, we just had Tulsi Gabbard. Yesterday, Secretary Robert Kennedy made it official with his team at HHS.
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary, and I'm here today with NIH Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya and FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty McCary. I couldn't be more pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
Okay.
Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
We're now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again.
Okay.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that. Who produced this? That was my next thought. I was
Is that a deep fake?
I was going to ask who set that in so I can figure out who produced the tape. Who did that?
It could be Grok.
Now
It
you
could
know.
be Deepfake, but it's not.
But it isn't. No.
So that just gets rid of the recommendations.
Right.
We still have a
Okay.
long way to go before.
Sure.
Eventually, we need to get there sooner rather than later. Just take it off the damn shelf.
We have variant NB.1.8.1 coming for the
Oh, no,
COVID-19
do we really?
variant. Okay.
Which one
so
is
why
it?
don't you calm down?
Which variant
This
exactly?
is variant NB.1.8.1.
Oh, okay.
Which is the new COVID-19 strain that's coming. Okay, so why don't you calm down?
Okay. Noted. I'll calm down. You know, the other thing that RFK was saying yesterday was that they're going to purge the entire agency of conflicts of interest.
Good.
That would also be a sea change.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, that place is it's a factory where government employees end up making money off of the drugs that they push. It's
Also, Senator Ron Johnson talked late last week about what the Biden administration knew, what they knew, and covered up about the dangers of the vaccine. He had a roundtable that featured Peter McCullough, and who's probably the leading cardiologist in the country and a frequent guest on many, many podcasts. But starting with VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS, came out of the 1986 National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act, and it gave pharmaceutical companies legal immunity for vaccine-related injuries. In exchange, the government created a self-reporting database where anybody could report an adverse event. But the interface often crashed or timed out.
Interesting how that would happen.
Then it forced users to restart from scratch, and nobody wants to do that. I mean, once you've been blown out of the system when you're almost done, and then it crashes, and then you don't want to go
through
back
the whole
and
thing again?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just spent 20 minutes filling this out.
Or longer.
And then it made tracking real harm almost impossible. It wasn't a bug. It was the absolute point of the VAERS system. And a Harvard Medical Review study concluded that more than 25 years ago, that VAERS undercounted adverse events by a factor of 100. So they only reported 1/100th of the events.
Wow.
Did you want it more accurate than that?
I mean, we did know this, though. I mean, with all the reporting and
but
the
the
stories
CDC
that
knew
we had.
it too. The CDC
Right.
knew it, and they
it just
continued to
looked the
push
other
it.
way.
Not just looked the other way, but promoted something they knew could be harmful to many, many Americans. It's despicable. Somebody needs to go to jail for this. Who's going to?
No one.
No one. It's exactly right.
No one.
No one is going to. It's pathetic.
Evil.
It's a crime. CDC's own data from the height of the pandemic shows that only 2% of COVID cases even required hospitalization. So 2% had to go to the hospital because it was that serious. But polls showed Democrats believed that number was about 25%.
Oh, I would even bet higher than that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible that it's only 25.
And that happened on purpose. They tried to make you think that if you got COVID, you were going to die.
Yeah.
Or at least go to the hospital and be on a respirator.
Yeah, last week, and we played a clip. I think it was on Friday's show, and Jeffy was here, right? The McCullough clip on that. But
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
It was.
He had some staggering information.
Right.
It was both eye-opening and depressing at the
Yeah,
same time,
yeah, it
because
was.
you were reliving 5 years ago when, like you just said, Jeffrey, we all knew this was happening.
Yep.
And just thank God that we now have the majority where we can actually have these hearings and get this information at least on the record, whereas this wouldn't even be given the time of day if Democrats still control.
When you dig deeper into the stories, I was reading yesterday about the new variant, that NB.1.8.1 COVID-19 variant that's coming from China, and it's already here. When you dig deeper into those stories, all the experts are like, it's not that bad. And there's very few people that have it.
Fear porn. Right.
Don't even worry about it.
Right. And even if you get it, it's like the common cold.
Correct.
I don't know that it's even like a flu symptom. It's like a cold that you get.
But you have to go into the stories, because if you pass the first couple paragraphs to get any of that.
Yeah. Because they want
Just
to
like
fearmonger.
always. Yep.
They're hoping
Just
you're just
like
going to read the
always.
headline and panic.
Yep.
And a lot of people do.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and you talk about how the Biden administration knew as early as February of 2021 about when the dangers were known.
Yeah.
There is...
And they continued to lie through their communist teeth the whole time.
Correct. And I was communicating with a Pfizer whistleblower, and I asked, when did you actually sound the alarm at Pfizer? September 25th, 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was like, what, a few days after it came out? I mean, that wasn't very long.
Well, they were still testing, and she was saying, wow, look at this. And then she lost her job.
Yeah, that's before the election in 2020. Yeah. We didn't.
This was Pfizer, yeah. Pfizer was squelching her.
But, yeah, we didn't even... I don't think the panic had even really started then. Had it?
The panic for...
The panic about COVID and the
was
vaccine and all of that.
The vaccine...
September of 2020 is super early.
No.
For this to happen.
You recall that...
Did it come out in March? When did the vaccine come out?
That came around the very end of 2020, beginning of 2021. Because that's when they first started distributing it to the elderly and the highest
I'm getting that confused with when they started the mandates, I think.
Right. The mandates began in like March of 2020.
Yeah. And the vaccine didn't come out till the end of the year.
So this Pfizer whistleblower alerted her superiors. And in fact, she actually called I think she called the FDA.
Did they fire her?
Yeah, that's what it was. She called the FDA. The FDA then got back in touch with Pfizer, and then Pfizer let her go. And that was September 25th is when she sounded the alarm. Yeah, it's
wow.
This stuff has been insidious from the very
She
beginning.
going to sue him?
There's a lawsuit already.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Should have kept her mouth shut.
She tried. She tried to warn. Think of so many deaths, so much heartache, so many people maimed.
Yeah.
So the costs associated with this insanity.
And people lost their jobs, as we've discussed.
You can't even tally the cost because some of it is people's quality of life that's forever been ruined because people like her were ignored.
I mean, so many things. There were so many ramifications of this. It stretched into every aspect of life.
Sure
it
did.
Literally shut down the country. I mean, major cities were ghost towns for months or even years. And how long was it before schools reopened in most places? It was a long time.
It felt like...
And one of the
like
psychological fascinations about this is that it was Donald Trump's Operation Warp Speed that liberals absolutely had nothing but disdain for. But as soon as that was transferred to the Biden team, all of a sudden it was a miracle drug that was going to save humanity.
Right.
I mean, it's just you go back and you think, just spend a moment thinking about the absolute madness, this ride that we've been on.
That's just insane.
And again, nobody is ever going to be held accountable for this stuff.
There's plenty of people that there's more and more people I feel every day. I feel like that are calling for someone to be held accountable. Will it happen?
No, it's not going
so.
to happen. It's sadly just not going to happen. Oh man, let me take a minute and tell you about something really good though. Kexi cookies, they are delicious, and I think I'm not positive on this, but they've done some research. And I think they can eliminate the spike protein that you got from the...
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. We might have to do some more
I'm
research.
calling the FDA. I want to be a whistleblower on that.
Okay, yeah, call the FDA and see if they'll back me up on that. I do know this, and this is proven. They are delicious. These cookies are fantastic, and Father's Day is coming up, and our Father's Day boxes are officially available right now. You can order this. It's really cool. It's got, the fish, because, it's stereotypically dad's fish.
I like it.
Yeah. And then you got the
pockets, too.
Pockets.
Yeah.
Okay.
A fishing tackle box, the work box. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the innards are what's really, really important. They've got the blueberry lemon in this, the white chocolate strawberry, almond croissant, honey pistachio, M&M, and German chocolate. Man, you're going to love this box of cookies. Dad is going to love this box of cookies. Get him the best cookies he will ever taste.
I thought it had the s'more thing in there too. Is that not in there? Because I had a s'more. I had a s'more thing out of the box that I got. Yeah,
yeah. It's insane.
I hadn't had it before, and it was what's the word I'm looking for? Really good,
like delicious. Yeah, I know they're incredible. And you got to order before June 7th to make sure your cookies get there for Father's Day. Kexi.com, K-E-K-S-I, Kexi.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some tweets here. Grammy Tamara tweets, Tim Walz didn't seem very masculine to me. No, me neither. He seemed to be soft and doughy, like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
He kept trying to be that guy, though, working on his car, trying to show us how he fixes up his cars.
He had the camo hat. Remember that? The Kamala camo?
Yeah.
This guy.
Such a fake and phony.
Oh, the whole thing.
The whole campaign was.
Yes.
Jeff Gibson. So Wake Forest paid for Old Man Yells at Cloud to be their commencement speaker? Is that a thing about Scott Pelley? I don't know.
Old Man Yells at Cloud?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's just a general thing. Like, just get off my lawn.
Okay. All right. But his question is, how much did that cost? I'm guessing $50,000 to $100,000.
Ooh,
probably.
How much is his?
Maybe more.
Let's find his fee.
Yeah.
He's still pissed that they got his boss quit at CBS and they're overlooking everything they do now.
Yeah,
at 60 Minutes.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
still pissed about that.
They're so picked on at 60 Minutes.
Right. They've had years of just doing whatever they wanted to do, saying whatever they wanted to say.
Yep.
And
Nobody bothered him.
Now there's a little oversight, and he's pissed.
Yeah. Yep. Chuck Shazam Bartowski. Congrats to George Floyd for being drug-free for 5 years now. Oh, no. Too soon? Too soon?
Stop.
Wait, okay. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Jeff Fisher?
I know.
Jeff Fisher's going to draw a moral line in the sand?
He's so sensitive about these kinds of things, Keith.
Well, he cares about George Floyd.
You've just injured his spirit. And
his kind spirit.
His kind, loving spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll deserve all the love.
And by the way, when you go to the company that represents Scott Pelley, it doesn't list his fee. You have to inquire within.
Okay.
But it's
he probably
not
did
cheap.
He probably did it for $10.
Did it for free. Did it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody wants to go to Wake Forest.
Yeah. Also, the deification of George Floyd is just too. I mean, I didn't want him to die. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, drug overdose will kill you. We learned.
And I mean, what was it? Fentanyl, I think.
Right? There's a lot of stuff that was in his system, right?
Drugs in his system.
Plus, he's they had a big celebration of him and they honored him at a WNBA game recently with one of the players. And it's like, he's a father. He was a husband. Yeah, and he was a criminal. And he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing.
They had the big kneel in front of Target in Minneapolis for on behalf of George Floyd. It's
just don't deify
ridiculous.
These people who die just because they died. And they've deified a murderer lately. In fact, a couple of them.
Yeah.
They're trying to deify the shooter of the two Israeli ambassadors.
Oh, that's horrific.
Which was just horrific.
Oh my goodness, the details of that are just
so awful. You've got that. You've got the UHC CEO shot in the back, killed. He was a father too. Nobody's talking about him or stopping a WNBA game to honor him. It's
and going back
unbelievable.
to George Floyd, he not only had meth and fentanyl, he also had COVID. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Oh, that's probably what killed him.
He had COVID at the time?
He had COVID. He tested positive for
Well,
SARS.
that's what killed him, obviously.
I
then.
guarantee you he
died of
is a
COVID.
statistic for
I'll bet
COVID
you.
deaths in Minnesota.
Especially at that time. That they were counting everybody.
So we're going to get that retrial for Derek Chauvin? Because that autopsy revealed what clearly killed him, George Floyd.
No way.
There's no way they'd allow that.
They won't mess with that at all.
No way.
All right. It is time now to chew the fat
right.
with Jeffy.
Do it.
Introducing.
Yeah.
don't get bigger than him, so don't even try. He's Alex first name, hear that gun cock. Followed by his last, you know it's that hammer drop. He ain't from the mean streets, but he's got cred. He's got a few scams to help you get your bread. I know the fat heads that's out there waiting, so I'ma put an end to this anticipation. Now I'ma pass this mic to my main man, Jeffy. It's time to chew the fat. I hope y'all ready.
Nice. Nice. I like it. I like it. All right. 8 down, 2 to go. There's 2 remaining fugitives from New Orleans jailbreak from the 16th of this month. These 2 are the remaining fugitives from the New Orleans jailbreak.
Okay.
33-year-old Antion Massey and 27-year-old Derek Groves. On Monday, the authorities captured 3 escapees. 2 were of
they
the
look
first.
like fun guys, don't they?
Oh yeah,
guys.
They are great fun guys.
Yeah.
This chase here, we captured 2 of them in Texas.
Oh yeah.
Over the weekend, and
we know how fast they're going. High speed chase here.
185 miles.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a high speed chase.
Yeah. Well, it's Memorial Day. Indy,
right.
Indy 500 weekend.
Oh boy.
Cars are going through. Out they come.
Hey, everybody move to the right side of the car.
Get out.
My old man, you kidding me? Get out.
So that was in Huntsville? Okay.
Oh, that's helpful.
They went across
prison's
multiple.
right there.
It is. Just bring it right back in.
So that's where the giant
Sam
Sam Houston statue is, right? What is that, like 900 feet tall or something?
Looks like
so
North
cool.
Korea or something.
Yeah,
I think
it's cool though.
I think
It is
when you
cool.
see that, you
I
think
love
of the
Sam
Burj
Houston.
Khalifa.
Yes, you do. You do.
That thing is big, man.
It is big.
I know.
It's huge. It's the biggest person statue I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They drag him out through the window. Yeah, you guys are going down.
Okay. So they got
Guys are
him.
going down. They got
a couple of
at
them
least
there.
at least 13 other people have been arrested, including an inmate who did not flee, alleged to have aided the fugitives for collaborating with the fugitives. They had 6 more arrests over the weekend on charges including principal to aggravated escape, obstruction of justice. I mean, all the people that gave them money and gave them rides.
Oh yeah.
Going down too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're going down too. So we'll see. There's 2 more out there. Be careful, and they, you know, they could be anywhere. Really.
Right. Yeah.
And you know, if you don't need to approach them. I consider them armed and dangerous.
Don't approach them.
Yeah, armed
Call the
and
police.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Call the FBI, call the ATF, call Crime Stoppers in that order to get your full 20,000.
Okay.
Good.
Just
Safety
trying to help you out. A couple of months ago, we saw Billy Joel fall on stage in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun, and it was kind of weird. I don't know if we have here it is. It's the end of one song here at Mohegan. He's trying to be Mr. Cool.
Whoops.
Okay, down he goes.
Dang.
On stage. Have a nice
Weebles
day.
wobble, and sometimes they do fall down.
Have a nice day.
That was weird.
It wasn't the throw; it was the step after that.
Yeah.
Down he goes. Well,
that looked bad.
Yeah, and so now Billy is canceling all his upcoming concerts through July of next year.
Ooh, wow.
He's been diagnosed with a brain disorder
Oh no.
known as normal pressure hydrocephalus. It's a disorder causing cerebrospinal fluid to build up around the brain, impacting its function.
But that has nothing to do with the fall, or did that cause the fall?
I mean, it probably was that. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm tying it in to the fall.
Oh,
okay.
Dr. Jeffy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
like it.
It's been my experience when someone falls like that on stage.
That's
probably
encephalitis thing.
Probably normal pressure hydrocephalus.
Hydrocephalus. That's what it
probably
is.
That.
Yeah.
Okay, hydrocephalus.
So
Hydrocephalus.
he's supposed to refrain from performing during his recovery period. They're giving him specific physical therapy to treat the condition. The Cleveland Clinic says the hydrocephalus occurs when the fluid buildup inside and around the brain disrupts the brain function. That could affect several brain-related abilities, including thinking, concentrating, memory, movement, and whatever else. The symptoms look very much like dementia sometimes, but they are reversible.
All good.
So
Wow.
that's what they claim. So
All right.
we'll see. I know Billy Joel's wife. She was thanking everybody for their outpouring of support on Instagram, showing the picture of her, Billy, and the daughters. She thanked them for the outpouring of love and support. Now, Alexis Roderick, Joel. Now, Billy's got one daughter with Christie Brinkley. She's 39.
Yes.
So I was thinking that, I was wondering if she was older than the wife, but she's not. The wife is 43, so pretty close. They're
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's close.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. So I guess, if you've seen him live, you've seen him now. You've seen him now. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
I mean, the concerts obviously are toured until July.
Well, how's he
going to
make money then now? He's only worth $400 million.
I know. I don't know how they're going to survive.
How will the man make ends meet?
Maybe they'll have to sell the horse ranch that he bought the wife a couple years ago.
Wow, that'd
down
be
in
a shame,
Florida. Yeah. You hate to have to sell that.
Yeah.
Maybe you sell a couple of the boats that you're rehabbing up there out in the rivers. Maybe you do that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you downsize. Maybe you
sell one of the glass houses.
Get rid of the helicopter. Mm-hmm. Maybe you don't need the helicopter anymore. Fly around. Maybe.
Well, you don't need it to get to Madison Square Garden anymore. Those shows are over.
Right.
So.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah, but I mean, is he going to have to drive somewhere?
No.
He's Billy Joel.
You can't. You can't drive.
What are we even talking about? Mm-hmm. I mean, he's what, 70? Well, he was 75 in that video. He's 76 now. I mean, I guess he could get better and have a big, huge comeback tour and make another $100 million and be done at the age of it. Billy Joel is back. I hope he does. Southwest Airlines, that you knew and loved, is officially no more. They began charging for checked bags today. They've officially updated their checked bag policy. No longer get 2 guaranteed free checked bags when purchasing a flight. The prior rule is disappearing as the airline starts charging fees for checked bags, and they also, it's $35 first bag, second bag $45. And then if it's overweight or oversized, we're going to charge a little bit more for that too. Plus, they also no longer allow passengers to self-select their own seats, and they claim it's not a cattle call anymore, and they claim that they've added leg room for flyers. I'm not sure how that happened. Did they tear out a couple of rows of seats?
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have
to. Customers, I guess you could skirt around the baggage fee if you are part of their rewards program and their specific perks, rapid rewards, A-list, preferred members, customers.
Or you know what else you could do? Not fly Southwest.
Yeah, you could. And I don't know how much that costs. I don't know how much the
Southwest.
rapid rewards, A-list, preferred members card costs.
Yeah, forget. It's 100 maybe a year.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know.
And also, I know everybody knew that if they booked their flights before today, then they got the free luggage, right? To get grandfathered in for free luggage. But if you cancel the trip, there's no word on that. And according to this, if you cancel your trip, that now expires in 6 months, the flight credits. If you booked your flight and then you canceled it, it was previously never expired.
Jeffy knows a lot about my travel habits, and so he's looking right at me. That's good to know. I didn't realize there was an expiration.
So if you cancel your flight,
try to change it.
Correct.
Because I told you I have to change it.
It expires in 6 months. So if you cancel it and you don't do it in 6 months, it's gone. Have a nice day. And I'm not sure about the luggage grandfathered in. So if you ordered tickets,
change it,
under before the deadline today and got the free luggage, if you cancel that flight and move it to after today, I'm pretty sure you're going to get charged for luggage.
Wow,
pretty sure.
Okay.
I mean, if you called me as a Southwest attendant, we're charging you for that.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to call you.
Thank you.
For any reason.
No.
Wait.
Anytime in life you have to make a really big change, it can be hard. And that's especially true when you're planning to buy or sell a home. It's complicated, stressful, and just takes a lot of time and jumping through hoops. And, of course, the stakes are just really high. So if you want somebody to help you through all of that, and it can be a nightmare, let Real Estate Agents I Trust help relieve the stress for you. These are really expert agents. They know what they're doing. They're with buyers all the time. Fans of the show, so you're going to have things in common. And this is a free service we provide to you. Real Estate Agents I Trust. You just go there. We set you up with the realtor, and then you buy and sell your homes with them. And it's a great experience. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed is back.
Pat Gray Unleashed is back with Chewing the Fat, and be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. This is going to come as a surprise to you, but the WNBA announced yesterday that it had concluded its investigation into the report of racist fan behavior during the Indiana Fever's Chicago Sky game earlier this month. And the league said it could not substantiate any claims.
What a surprise.
Yeah, who started those claims anyway?
That hateful comments were made by the fans at Gainbridge Fieldhouse following this foul in the fight between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So they claimed that they heard these racist comments coming from
And they couldn't find any evidence.
There was no truth to that whatsoever.
Love that.
It's just
so great.
Every time.
Every time.
Freaking
It's a hoax. Every time.
It's unbelievable. Have we even talked about the Pentagon formally accepting the $400 million Qatar
briefly
airplane?
I mean, but they did
Holy
accept
cow.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it's ours.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working on it.
It's not my favorite thing, but okay.
I mean, they're making sure that everything is good to go and cleaning it out.
So they're going through it and getting all the spy devices out of it, hopefully.
If there are any. How dare you think that there would be spy devices?
I'm sure there's not. All right.
All right. One last question. I got a question for you, Pat.
Okay.
All right, one quick one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asking everyone the last few days. Alan Alda, dead or alive?
Alive.
Okay.
He's alive.
All right. He's 89. You're correct. He's 89 now.
He's getting up there.
He is getting up there. And the reason I was thinking about that, because he was in the news talking about, he's doing an interview about, he's in the Apple TV show Four Seasons, or Netflix Four Seasons. Tina Fey did an adaptation of it, and it's a film that he wrote, so they gave him as a special scene.
He did it, what? That was 80s, maybe?
Yeah, 81. Yeah. And so he did an interview, to promote that, and he talked about his Parkinson's disease that we knew he had.
Oh, I didn't know he had that.
He announced that a few years ago. But he also mentioned that he's dealing with something called propagnosia. Propagnosia. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's face blindness.
Nailed it, I'm
Thank
sure.
you. Propagnosia. That's what it is.
Oh, the face blindness
and it's called
thing?
face blindness, which
where you can't recognize people
makes it
when you look
hard
at
to
them.
recognize that. That's what I have. I think I have that. Yeah. Yeah. If you see me out and about, yeah, I don't know.
You got Papa Magnosia?
Yeah, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right,
it's not pop up. It's
I said Papa.
It's
Papa.
No, that's
Magnosia.
not what it's called.
What is it called?
It's called propagnosia.
Okay. All right. Whatever it is, it's face blindness.
So he's alive. He is alive.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know who you are. So
okay.
Don't worry about it.
But again, that's different than dementia, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
888-900-3393. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Yep. Now, some people call me the space cowboy. Some the gangster of love. And
but
some people call me Maurice.
I call you Maurice.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I mean, I'm only around you here at work, obviously, but who calls you those things?
Some people. I don't know that I can name each and every one of them, but some people do. So what are you going to do?
I don't know, man.
What are you going to do? I don't mind it.
I've just never seen it, and I was just curious.
I mean,
you've never seen anybody call me the space cowboy?
No.
Gangster
Or
of
Maurice.
love? Gangster of love?
Maurice. I mean, you've heard Jeffy call me
I call
Maurice,
all
right?
the time. Yeah. 'Cause I got sick of Gangster of Love.
Yeah. Is there a reason why?
Well, because I speak with the poppiness of love.
I'm so thrilled
I think
when
that's
you
why.
pick up what I'm throwing down.
All right. We we've got a lot more to get into. You know, for all the good things that President Trump and his team have done, getting Elon Musk's DOGE cuts to be made permanent by Congress, we needed that codified in law.
Sure did.
And, of course, Republicans...
Well, they're on
didn't
vacation
have
again.
interest.
The House of Representatives is on vacation again.
Well, they passed the bill. So they're
they
done.
sent it to the Senate.
Their
where
work
it's
here
over.
is done. Yeah, we sent it to you guys. Now it's up to you.
Bastards.
So yesterday, Ron DeSantis, Florida governor, of course, talked about that.
$1 trillion deficit is a tax on you. It works its way through the economy. There's no free lunch, and that's what ends up happening. And it's a little frustrating. You know, Elon Musk went into this DOGE effort. He was getting lampooned. I mean, like they're firebombing his Tesla dealerships. Media smearing him relentlessly. His businesses suffered, all this stuff. Because he basically said, look, we can't keep doing this, and we need to moderate and reduce the amount of money that the federal government is spending. And yet, we have a Republican Congress, and to this day, we're in the end of May, past Memorial Day, and not 1 cent in DOGE cuts have been implemented by the Congress. That's one of the reasons why we need a balanced budget amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
It's another reason why we need term limits for members of Congress.
Right.
But I think what you've seen with how, and I kind of said this early on, that DOGE and Elon were on a collision course with the swamp. And the question is, what would happen? And I don't think there's any question that DOGE fought the swamp. And so far, the swamp has won. And that's just unfortunate. But I don't think you can look at this any other way. So this is hardwired into how the people in Washington are borrowing and spending your money. But it has huge implications for the viability of our economy, our country, and everything going forward.
It's really tragic, really.
Sure is.
I mean, Elon Musk took a bloodbath over DOGE. Like he said, firebombing his dealerships, damaging cars because they came from his company. People hate his guts now. He did all of that, and none of it was codified into law.
Right, and not only that, but the man donated $250 million to give Republicans, help them.
So I wonder why he's done with
all the money
political
he's
spending.
lost on his businesses.
Right.
I mean, he could have donated more than that. And we, if I'm not mistaken, we still have the DOGE team going through, right? Or have they gone away now too?
That's a good question. I almost felt like when they sat down
Don't hear
with
about it
Jesse
anymore.
Waters, remember that big round table they did?
Yeah.
I almost felt like that was like
the
goodbye.
goodbye.
Yeah. See ya. Yeah, we're done, I guess.
I thought
I don't know.
I thought a couple of those guys were still hanging in there. All right.
And Elon's really frustrated.
Yes, he is.
And I don't blame him.
It's coming.
Went through all of this, and nothing came of it. None of the cuts.
Do you think he would do it again?
No.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
And I think he's done with politics.
I mean, that's the definition of insanity. Doing it all over again and expecting a different result. You're not going to get one. Why would you do it again? Why?
Well, I mean, from Elon's perspective, can you imagine? And this is the take on so many fronts. What if Kamala were president? Think of how bad it would be. And agree 100%.
Of course, yeah.
But it's still, we can be disappointed in the Republicans and what they do when they get power.
Well, this is why we talk about Republicans the way we do. Because they do this every time.
Every time.
They do it every single time. And we knew they were going to do it again, and they did.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's so many new people that were a part of helping Republicans take the majorities, and they're new to this party, and they're like, "What the hell?"
Just
and we're
pisses me
like,
off. Pisses me
"Yep,
off.
welcome to the party, pal."
Right.
It's so frustrating.
Try to tell you that's why I don't claim to be a Republican. I don't even know if I'm registered as a Republican, but I don't claim the Republicans because they're just the party of being let down over and over and over again. They don't stand for anything. I mean, every once in a while, when it's convenient for them, they'll do something conservative. But as far as fiscal conservatism, there's almost no such thing anymore,
Well, we
except
got
for
the big,
Thomas
beautiful
Massey.
bill. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
Fiscal conservative.
Are you talking about the grandstander, Thomas Massey?
Yeah, the grandstander, Thomas Massey.
Guy,
He's going to be primaried, apparently. I just don't understand it. It's really too bad. And everybody knows we're in danger of falling flat on our faces financially and ending the country as we know it if we don't someday stop the madness. And everybody knows it's true. Everybody knows it's eventually going to collapse on its own weight, given the $37 trillion in debt that we can never pay back. I mean, there's no way to ever pay that back.
So what? Just zero it out
So
and be
what?
done.
That's right.
Zero it out
Yep.
and be done.
Someday we'll have 4,000% inflation, and we'll just use the inflated dollars and we'll give that to them and say, here's $1 million trillion. $1 billion trillion jillion quadrillion dollars. Here it is. We just printed this for you.
Wish I had a printing machine.
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
All right. Let me tell you about Beam Organics. Beam is proudly founded in America. They're run by people who share our values, hard work, integrity, and delivering results. It's a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep, so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on your day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all-natural ingredients. It has reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin in it. And it's designed to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling amazing. It really works. It tastes great. You know, it comes in great flavors. And you don't have to worry about calories. There's only 15 calories in it. So you just get really great, restful sleep. Beam is giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount right now of up to 40% off. Try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. That's shopbeam, B-E-A-M, shopbeam.com. Promo code PAT for up to 40% off. Sleep better, wake up stronger, and show up ready for your family, your work, and your country, because when you're well-rested, you're unstoppable, and this country needs more people like that.
Pat Gray returns.
Looks like the deal with Fort Knox. I think we mentioned this yesterday briefly.
Well, we mentioned it. I've mentioned it a couple times. Like, what? Why don't we even talk about it anymore?
Yeah, it's gone.
Well, yeah,
It's
you got to
over.
have time to replenish it.
Yeah.
And that way, when Trump shows up, be like, see, it's right here.
I just wonder if somebody said, hey, Mr. President, it's not there anymore.
Right. 'Cause that story I read.
And you don't want to spread panic.
The story I read, the last story I read where they were talking about he's not going to go now. He stopped talking about it. We're not going to do it.
Yep.
They tried to spin it as, well, everyone knows that it's full of gold.
No, everyone doesn't know
and
that.
he knows that it's full of gold, and it just doesn't make any sense to go. And I'm like,
that's stupid.
No,
come
that's
on now.
not what people think at all.
I know. That is the opposite.
Exactly the opposite
Of what everybody
And you want us to
thinks.
believe that? No, not doing that.
I was interested within the confines of the story. It tells about the gold that was supposedly in there. More than 147.4 million ounces of gold are supposed to be stored at Fort Knox. More than any other base in the country.
Right.
And we have more gold than anybody, supposedly. But we supposedly own 8,133.46 metric tons of gold. Or 287 million ounces, more than any other nation.
Right.
Now, that amount of gold would be worth $950 billion. Even if it's all there, even if we have every single ounce of it, $950 billion doesn't even cover the Defense Department budget. Just that. Let alone every U.S. dollar. Now, of course, we don't pretend our money is backed by gold anymore.
Right.
But to me, it's a little bit disconcerting to know that so little of our budget is backed by gold, if we needed it to be, if we ever wanted to go back to the gold standard. You only have $950 billion?
At Fort Knox.
No, that's the whole country. That's the entire country. There's about $488 billion at Fort Knox. They have about half of it. And then the rest is who knows where. It's probably split up into different areas. But $950
if you believe that
billion.
we have it. Okay.
If you believe we have it. But that's it. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
kidding
true.
me? Our budget is something like $5 trillion every year.
It's going up with the big beautiful bill too.
Yeah. It's just a tad disappointing and a little disconcerting.
Yeah,
for America.
no kidding. I was fascinated by the spin of. Yeah, he doesn't need to go there because he knows it's all there.
I know.
And I thought,
no, he
what
doesn't.
are you even trying to talk
Nobody
about?
believes
Nobody
that.
believes that. Not one.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. We do an audit of it, and we got the paperwork on the audit every year. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
done.
then fine.
You know, they have no qualms when you go to the the printing press over here, the Treasury Department over here in North Fort Worth. And you can see them printing the bills. The paper just coming through. You guys not been to this? You've ever been?
I've never been there.
Oh, it's a really fun tour.
Yeah.
And you just see all the money just printing around the damn clock. And they're just, ching, 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 ching. There's the debt going up. You're telling me they can't have some part of a tour at Fort Knox where we can see the gold on the tour?
No need. No need. You know it's there.
No,
my
like
entire adult life, all I've heard is that it's not there.
Yeah.
That's all I've heard.
Yes.
Is speculation that it's gone somehow, that we squandered it, that we sent it to other countries, that it's gone. So I'd like to be.
Me too. And we know
convinced
we
it's
talked
there.
We talked to Brad about all the other stuff that they keep there, all the other treasures that they keep at Fort Knox. Yeah, well, we need to go in.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
Yeah, we do. Did Brad Meltzer you're talking about, right? Did he write a book on the gold in Fort Knox?
He did a whole episode.
He did a
It was
thing.
for the
One of the
TV show. Yeah, it was for
the
his
History
TV show.
Channel things that he did. Yeah, so he's
And
done
last
some
week,
interesting stuff.
When he called in to do his interview, during the commercial, I talked to him and I asked him, "Hey, are you still optimistic about going into Fort Knox?" He wasn't as optimistic as he was at the beginning.
Yeah. It's just not going to happen now.
It's not going to happen now.
Because he got
just went
denied.
away.
He got denied access to go in.
Oh, that's right. He did.
After he got it all approved.
So is Mike Lee. I mean, there's plenty of people in power that have been denied.
And that just feeds the belief
It sure does.
that there's nothing there. If it's there,
but it's just
show
the
'em.
opposite, Pat. There's no need for them to go because they already know that it's there.
All right, well, I'm looking at it.
This is incredible.
You got to look at it with better eyes.
Thank you.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
Okay.
You know?
You're lying. That's the way to do
That's
it.
what you need to do. You got to look at it with better eyes. That you can't be so skeptical all the time.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
You should be
but
optimistic.
I live in America under this government.
This is America.
So,
Stop it. You know everything's fine.
I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. All right, let me tell you about subscribing to Blaze TV, because when you do that, you're not just watching content, you're supporting a movement. You're backing creators who think for themselves, who speak boldly, and refuse to be silenced by big tech or corporate media. One of the things I love about this place is we're never told what to talk about. We're never told what to think, what to believe. Stop saying this. It's never happened, not once. Try that at other places. That doesn't happen. So if you want all of this news and information delivered on your terms for just $8 a month, I mean, this is the place to be. You're going to love it. And when you use my promo code PAT at checkout, it's 26 cents a day to stand with a platform that stands with you. You're going to get award-winning documentaries and free thought. And you're going to be listened to as well. So go to blazetv.com/Pat and subscribe today. That's blazetv.com/Pat.
Call us at 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed will return.
Got some tweets here. Lupus Noctus tweets, they call you Maurice because you're from the mean streets of Helena. Oh, really? Well, it's that. And because I speak with the pompous of loud.
Thank you. Thank you.
Both of those issues. It's Rhino season tweets. I'll start worrying when Pat says, "You're the cutest thing that I ever did see." I really love your peaches.
Want to shake
your tree.
Yeah, great.
Bad engineer. So the title of today's show is "Welcome to the Party, Pal."
It might be. It might be.
And John Frank 129181. Mr. T has the rest of the gold. Is that from?
I like that.
A-Team? Is that an A-Team reference?
Yeah. Well, Mr. T. I mean, he wears the gold chains and stuff.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Fort Knox has half, and Mr. T the other half draped around his neck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I pity the fool who thinks it goes to Fort Knox. It's around my neck.
I have not seen Mr. T in a while.
Oh, yeah, he makes around. He stops off in a while. I think he's doing Skeechers commercials, right? The Skechers.
Oh, is he?
I think he is. I think
the slip-on shoe thing?
Yeah, I think he was doing that.
All right.
I don't remember. I saw him
good
doing
for him.
I saw him hawking
It's a
something.
good gig if you can get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
Is it?
Yeah. I bet he makes a lot of money for slipping out a pair of shoes.
Unlimited Skeechers?
Right.
Heck yeah.
How do you
They
know
just keep
these
coming.
unlimited
They're
sneakers?
Skechers, but
Yeah, whatever. They just keep
whatever.
coming.
Okay. The stock market was up 740 points yesterday, and consumer confidence came in at a pretty high number. So here's Rick Santelli talking about it.
Yes, and there are some surprises here. This is our May read on consumer confidence from the Conference Board. On the headline number, we're expecting a number somewhere north of 87. Comes in strong, 98.0. That is the best number since February of this year.
Okay. Well, good. And then Chris sent in this video from the Apprentice.gov website.
What's this?
So what is this, Chris?
I don't know. Let's see.
Is it self-explanatory?
Well, just do the video and I'll give you the fact cheeks about it.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was that
Fat
English?
cheeks?
You just... What?
Okay, just
What
play the
was that
video,
statement
and
just
then
now?
I can give you the fat cheeks about it.
He's going to give us the fact
fat
sheet about
cheeks about it? Okay. Here's the fat cheeks about it.
What is your deal?
America was built by skilled labor, by the men and women who forged the steel that built the greatest cities known to man, who welded the beams that connected a continent, who mined the critical minerals and resources that powered the world. For years, we lost sight of the value of our trades. Now, under President Trump, we are refocusing on these critical careers. The new era of American dominance will be forged not by woke universities, but by the grit of our skilled workers.
Nice.
Are you ready to help produce power and build the golden age of America? Visit apprenticeship.gov to learn more.
So those are the fat cheeks you were talking about, Chris? Right there?
No, he's going to give those the fat cheeks.
Give it to you now. So Apprenticeship USA is a brand to engage and empower stakeholders to help support the Office of Apprenticeship Border Goal. So basically, they launched 3 different programs: Apprenticeship Ambassador, the Industry Liaisons, and the National Apprenticeship Week.
What's your theory, though? You have a theory.
I do.
What's your
I'm thinking
theory?
The Apprentice is coming back.
Oh.
And
So it's
Trump
going to be a government version.
using this to launch his TV show.
All right.
Nice.
There you go.
But according to this, 94% of apprentices retain employment after completing an apprenticeship
Oh,
program.
yeah.
He couldn't do that during the presidency.
Why not?
He might do it after.
Oh, yeah, after. Yeah.
All right. There's your fat cheeks.
I mean, he couldn't do it as president.
He sure could.
No,
That'd
he
be
could
freaking
not.
awesome.
What are we talking
Think
about?
about it. That'd
Could
be
not.
great.
No.
Yes.
Could not do
Is
that.
that on the
Absolutely.
Constitution? You can't
Are you
do
saying
an
Donald Trump
apprentice?
could not do something?
Yes.
You are mistaken.
Okay.
You are mistaken.
All right. So he can do The Apprentice.
Absolutely. You can post
Once
it on,
a week.
You can do a true social apprentice every week.
All right.
Okay.
So Jeffy says it's possible.
Absolutely.
It's going to happen during his presidency.
Okay,
man.
so Chris thinks we're going to get a new version of the Apprentice TV show. There's a new show out, and Pat Gray's been ripped off, and Rowdy Introvert caught this.
Oh.
And we need to address this. You can see Rowdy said, I'm sorry, Laura Loomer. There's really only one Unleashed show worth watching because she named her show Loomer
Unleashed.
What? What?
Yeah.
Stop that, you.
Do we not have this copyrighted?
Is this not on lockdown? Did that paperwork not get turned in?
First, Sarah Gonzalez stole the and then Laura Loomer unabashedly steals the entire word. Stop it.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
Please.
Come on.
I mean, clearly the evidence is obvious.
Clearly. Since 2017. I mean, we've been unleashed.
I'll tell you one thing. If Laura Loomer mentions anything about making the apocalypse good, bad, or indifferent,
right.
we're shutting this thing down.
Exactly right.
All right, well.
I mean, come on. There's a million things you could call your show.
Loomer
like what?
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
You can have that.
All right.
Uncensored.
Loomer's lips. Anything.
Something. Yeah. Alliteration would be great there.
Yeah.
Loomer's lips. I like that. Which is also alliteration. I like Loomer's lips.
You do? I do not.
Is there any more fact sheets?
No, there's no more fat cheeks on that.
Did you guys see the Elizabeth Warren clip, or the David Sachs clip? He's the AI czar for Trump. Did you see him talking about Elizabeth Warren? You got to see this clip and see if anything stands out that just gets glossed over here.
Okay.
This is the financial system of the future, Jesse, and we have to encourage it. What the Biden administration was doing, and let's face it, it wasn't Biden. Elizabeth Warren controlled the Autopen during that administration. She, for some reason, has this pathological hatred of the crypto community. She wants to drive this community offshore. She doesn't want it to happen in the United States.
Bitcoin,
That's the wrong policy for the United States. We want all the innovation happening here. This is a financial system of the future. Right? It's cheaper. It's more efficient. We want it happening here, Jesse, and I think people are thrilled
you catch that
President Trump
she controls the Autopen?
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer.
In an Autopen. Elizabeth Warren?
What? Do we know that? Is that substantiated?
I don't know any more on this.
I don't think so.
That was interesting. How does she control the Autopen? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That was a weird statement to just spew out like that without stopping and explaining it.
Because they're investigating it now. Who was doing all that, and they're calling people into.
Do they already know it was Pocahontas? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. That's all we got on that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, weird.
Okay, so she was president after all.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Pocahontas.
Sheesh. Ugh. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed. The original Unleashed. Coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. The controversy over the South African refugees continues. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Have you ever seen or heard any leftist at any time complain about any group of people who have been allowed into this country?
Right.
I've never seen it. Never. But because these 60 people are white, the sky is falling for Democrats. They can't stand it. And Tom Homan just talked about it again, that their refugee status has nothing to do with their race. I mean, it's 60 people.
Right.
How many farmers in South Africa have to die before it is a danger to these people and they could claim refugee status?
Well, the answer to that is you have to believe that it's actually happening.
I guess, at all. Yeah. Or, I mean, they know some of it has happened. I guess just not enough. Right. I guess all white farmers haven't died yet.
It's not near as bad as what they portray.
I mean, then you had the South African president who was talking about the song that they sing.
Oh, yeah.
Kill the Boer.
Yeah.
That's a liberation theme. That's all that is. Okay. I mean, how dumb do you have to be to think that kill the farmer means
kill the
farmer.
Right.
I mean, what are you, stupid?
Sure, it says that.
Come on.
It says that.
Yeah,
that's
that
not what
doesn't
it,
mean
what
that.
it is.
Yeah, it says that, but they don't. That's not what it means.
Yeah, and to your point about when has a liberal ever wanted to stop anyone coming into this country?
Never.
And you would think this would be a protected minority, especially with those threats that are being uttered by these government officials.
Right.
Only 7% of South Africans, I had no idea until I looked this up, only 7% are white? 7%?
Yeah, they're very much a minority.
Wow.
Which was the problem during apartheid.
Right.
You know, you had the minority rule, and that was bad. But it's not bad now that the minority is being eliminated.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And they are being eliminated.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. They're white.
So you'd think it'd be a protected minority.
No, because they're,
minority.
again, maybe you didn't hear us, they're white. Keith.
I see.
Yeah.
And how many of the individuals that were allowed to come over here, the 4 or 5 dozen or so, were directly involved in implementing apartheid policies?
Zero?
They seem pretty young.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Keith,
Zero?
Here we go.
They're white.
They're white. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
What is your problem?
Their crime is they're white.
Seriously.
Okay? So.
That's what they were involved in, okay?
They're involved in being white.
They're involved in whiteness, and we can't have that. And we certainly don't want them in this country.
No.
Next, you'll be having Norwegians come into the place or something.
Did you see
No,
that
thank you.
One of the guys who was let in from South Africa was so grateful over Memorial Day weekend. Like, he made this video from a parking lot somewhere just to how peaceful and, grateful he was to be in America and how it was just different than where I came from. And
wow.
Was he a different color than white?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then I don't care.
You don't care. All right, noted. That's fair. He's still guilty of being white.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
make a fair point, Jeffy.
Exactly. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's enough already.
Over at the FBI, Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino says he's going to find the J6 pipe bomber now. And it's about time, I would say. Yeah, let's do. Let's do. I'm all about that.
Oh, I see. We're moving on from the Epstein stuff.
Yes.
Quickly.
There is some of that. But also he's going to look into the White House cocaine abuser or somebody who left their cocaine in the White House. Going to finally look at that. You know how many people they had? Glenn was talking about this yesterday, I think. How many FBI agents were looking into the J6 pipe bomber? Did you see this?
I don't know the answer.
I don't know.
Grand total of, it was so important to them that they assigned one person to it. Yeah, a whole person, though. Not like half a person.
That's how much they cared.
Yes, one.
That's how much they cared.
Oh, one person. So they're going to...
Well, they were busy investigating different grandmothers and grandfathers for...
Well, yeah, and that took a lot. A lot, yeah. Or showing up at school district hearings.
Yeah, board meetings, yeah.
Yeah, the school board meetings. Some of those parents had to be investigated and brought to justice.
Yeah, so they couldn't... Look, we gave you one.
They weren't towing the line, and some of them were white.
Absolutely, they were.
Okay, so you know that they were
They could
criminals.
jump on the terrorist bandwagon at any time.
Any second. Just the fact that Bongino is doing this job at all is amazing to me. And it proves what a patriot he is. His pay cut had to be significant, to say the least. I mean, what was he making doing his national show? $5 to $10 million a year.
Oh gosh!
Now he's at $175,000 or whatever they pay him for a federal gig like that. How many people would make that sacrifice?
I mean, sure, the wife is running all the businesses now, and everything's okay.
Yeah, but he's not doing his show, which
he is not.
That's the big moneymaker right there. So I don't know. Anyway, hopefully he'll get to the bottom of some of this stuff, and we'll get back to the Epstein files. Maybe see those one day. I don't know.
That's on the desk.
It's on the desk.
It's on the desk. We just haven't been able to.
Pam's got to look over it.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to get there.
Well, now the thing was, her latest thing a couple weeks ago was when she said that there were a whole bunch of videos.
Oh, yeah.
And they involved.
Yeah. So we got to go through those.
Got to go through those, take out the victims, whatever. I don't know why we can't just see the files. I don't know that anybody said we must see the videos. Show us the files. Tell us who's in it.
Yeah. I mean,
redact the victim names. How hard is it? It doesn't seem that hard.
We've got one person in jail for trafficking, but apparently she didn't traffic.
Right, traffic to
anyone
nobody.
And traffic to no one.
That's right. Yep. Yep. You're guilty of trafficking.
I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's white.
Oh,
so
there you go.
We don't
That's enough to put her in jail for the rest of her life.
That's the only crime that we need to know about.
Yeah, right. I don't even care about the rest of it.
Yeah.
If she's white, put her in prison.
Guilty.
You know what I'm saying?
Lock her up.
Yeah. All right, we got to revisit the Macron thing from yesterday.
I love this so much.
Love it, too. I think everybody on the planet loves it right now.
So much.
Yes.
I must have watched it 1,000,000 times.
It is one of the weirdest things you've ever seen from a world leader and his wife. It just, this stuff doesn't happen.
Right.
But it did. And there it is. Look at that. Whoa. He was just shocked.
Mm-hmm.
So they open the door, and they shouldn't have, because she's pissed about something, pushes him right in the face.
So there's a new internet controversy going on here.
All right.
Let's see. Put up full screen 2.
So I love this because she's still pissed.
Yeah.
And there's no way she's taking hers. There's no way she's taking
He
his
offers her. Nope.
Not a chance.
Nope.
Then if you take this, and I don't know that we have it, but if you go all the way down, once they get to the tarmac, they're standing there, and he has his left hand in a fist, so tight and so pissed. He's still so pissed.
Yeah.
Down on the tarmac. And then Keith's got the...
So people are saying, is her shoulder, the flight attendant, all like exposed and bloodied? And I think we've all concluded that that's not what's happening there.
Oh, no, that's
It's just a scarf that's part of her uniform, which would have added an awesome element to this, though.
That would have.
I mean, could she be pissed about him, finally, taking care of a little attendant business on the flight to Vietnam? Yes, absolutely. But
could be that.
Could be that they finally see each other as they're landing in Vietnam, and she realizes you did the whole 8 ball before we got that. We got to Vietnam.
Well, hold on. I don't know if it's on this video, but he is wiping his nose when it opens the door.
And with his hand clenching, might not be pissed. He's just starting to getting that drain going.
Yeah, could be that.
Thank you, our drug expert.
Jeff Fisher. Had that happen.
Yeah. Right? Who's with me?
So many times.
Thank you.
So many times.
So we have Lip Reader said he figured out what he said to his wife.
In French, right?
Yes. So according to the Lip Reader, when he is, right before he's about to get shoved in the face, the Lip Reader says that Macron says, "Let's go."
Oh. Okay. Well, that's not terribly exciting.
We wanted him to say, F you. But you're saying he just said, let's go?
Let's go.
And according to the Lip Reader, she says to him, "Stay away, you loser."
Oh, wow.
No way.
When
you
did
can't
she
even
say
see that.
Yeah, how could you see that when her face isn't visible?
I'm just reading
You can't even say that. That's not
what
a
the
fact
Lip Reader
sheet.
says.
It's not a fact
Actually,
sheet.
I'm sorry. She says, "Dégage, espèce de loser." Stay away, you loser.
Loser. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Obviously, French is not your specialty.
No, it's not.
That was
I got
not
more
your first
from
language.
the Lip Reader if you guys want more.
All right. You have it
According
in
to
English?
the Lip Reader, right after that moment, Macron says, "Let's try this, please." And she says, "None." Or no.
Wow.
I mean, they're definitely not happy with each other. For sure.
Is it N-O-N? Is that what?
N-O-N,
That's no in French. No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's interesting. But, I mean, it doesn't really shed a lot of light on it?
Yeah.
Obviously, they're pissed about something, and he says it was no big deal. First of all, they tried to say it was AI.
Yes, they did.
They tried to say that was made up.
It was made up.
Yeah.
They tried to pull the Biden administration that it was AI.
Fakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get away with that because there were too many reporters who saw it with their own eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. There's also a new biography out that tells the creepy story of their relationship.
Yeah.
And how Macron's parents found out he was dating his 40-year-old teacher. He was 16. at the time.
Good for him.
They met when he was 15 and she was 39. And so they were having this affair.
They've been together all this time, so there's no age limit on love.
Whole time, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she is 24 years older than... He's only 47 years old. She's 72!
Yeah.
72!
No, there's no wonder
Still got a
that
good
the
right
flight
hook, though.
attendant's looking good. I'll tell you.
I mean, it's a weird story and a weird situation for the leader of the nation of France to be involved with his teacher when he's 16 and she's 40 and married
and the
children.
And the parents told her to back off, and she did.
Yeah, and she said, I can't promise you that.
So she's got... They don't have any children, but I think she has kids.
She has kids.
Right, from the first marriage.
Yeah,
But that's a deep fake, guys.
At least his age, if not older.
Yeah.
It's a deep fake. I don't know what you guys...
I guess
guys can
she
get
can't
pregnant.
be pregnant.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's a deep fake, except it's not. That's the only problem there in the whole...
Yeah, the slap.
So it's not deep fake.
The slap, but what Chris is talking about is people believe that she is a he.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I don't
She is
believe
a he.
that.
No?
No.
Okay.
Have you seen her when she was younger? She didn't look like a he.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. So
I know
that's
she looked
three
a lot
cuts to
like
clown
Mike in a
face?
few places. I've seen the photos, Pat.
Have you? Okay.
Just telling you.
All right. Well, I stand corrected then. Let's be honest, though. We're not getting any younger. And if you want to look and feel your best, you need to check out Pure Health Research. They have 45 premium health supplements that are designed to help with everyday health goals that you have, whether it's boosting energy, trimming belly fat, supporting healthy blood sugar, pumping up your testosterone, or reducing swelling in your legs. Whatever your goal is, Pure Health Research Supplement Store can help. Every formula is crafted with natural, non-GMO ingredients backed by clinical research, and it's all manufactured right here in the U.S. And here's the best part. Pure Health Research is offering you an exclusive 35% discount. Just go to purehealthresearch.com. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. With their 365-day money-back guarantee, there's just no risk in trying something new. So why wait? Go to purehealthresearch.com right now. Explore their 45 amazing supplements and save 35% before this deal ends with coupon code PAT. Don't miss this chance to feel your best. It's purehealthresearch.com/
Pat Gray is Unleashed.
All right. Thankfully, Kamala Harris is not the president of the United States. Oh. And she just was this yesterday. She reminded us that she's unemployed.
A couple of days ago, some weird.
And here she is reminding us that. It's a great moment.
I think your best work is ahead of you for sure, 100%. I am unemployed right now.
Good. Oh my gosh. She still has.
Must speak truth.
Did her voice crack?
So, wow, did we dodge a bullet?
How is she terrible?
Oh,
Terrible.
we dodged a
In
bullet.
Oh, my gosh.
Ways.
In every respect. And also, speaking of really bad candidates, there's a rumor that former New Jersey Governor Christie is considering a run for president.
Oh, wow.
Please.
What's he looking like these days? Has he been on...
You want to see him in public for the first time?
Has he been Ozempicing? Is
Let's
he
see.
cut down a little bit?
I'll let you be the judge. There he is. You think that's Ozempic? No.
Look at that. I mean, he is...
He's doing the opposite of Ozempic.
He can't even...
He took that step
he
like
looks
a
good.
champ, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's moving good. That's not bad.
Uh-huh, you like this?
Because he is a...
Look at that.
He's a big boy.
Whoa!
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, he's
There's his exercise for the month. Holy crap.
No.
That step got in his way.
On the show.
What'd you say? Oh, we're not fat shaming. We're just pointing out fat.
No. Nobody's fat. You asked if he was on Ozempic. We're just showing you. No, probably not.
Look at his athletic prowess.
My guess
Watch
is
this.
no.
Watch
yeah,
this.
watch. Look at that. Look at that.
I think he could be.
Yeah.
I think he could be.
He's on Ozempic?
He's been bigger than that before.
Been all them hugs.
He's been bigger than that before.
Yeah, he gives all them hugs and he burns calories.
Because he's a person that is overweight. And has been that way for.
Whoa! What are you pointing out here?
You think?
We don't do that on this
and
show.
Plus, he's not athletically overweight. Chris
wow!
is a fat person.
Listen to this.
Oh wow! You're fat shaming.
As an athletically overweight person, I'm able to comment. I'm able to comment.
I mean that,
and you're saying that's not athletic,
I'm
right there.
saying that's
Is that
not
what you're
athletically
saying?
overweight.
You're saying
That's
he couldn't say run a half marathon right now.
Well, that's
Is
the
that what you're
equivalent of a
saying?
half marathon for him. What he did right there, jump up that step. Holy crap!
This is back in it. Nice.
I think he could run a full marathon. Frankly, he looked like You're right.
He could eat a marathon.
Oh wait, you're saying no?
I'm saying
he's
no.
not athletic.
I'm saying no. He's not athletically overweight.
What a stunning surprise that is, Jeffy. Especially coming from you.
Yeah, we're kind of stunned by the way you're handling
look,
this.
We got to tell it like it is. And here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
So you're not shaming him, though. You're just stating fact. Is that
Correct.
where we are? Okay. All right. Well, good.
Cool.
Good.
All right. Well, I hope he runs because that would be entertaining.
Oh, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, though? I mean, there's no
Runs,
chance he could ever win.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know why he would waste people's money that way and his time that way. Why would you? You know you don't have a shot.
Right. You feel like he could. I mean,
you don't have a prayer.
He's probably working back at whatever law firm he is part of.
Yeah.
Right? He's former governor, so he's got that on his hat forever.
Right.
He already ran and got his butt kicked.
Oh, and nobody was interested either time.
Right.
And, if this was 2009, he might have a shot. Remember when he was good at the very beginning?
Yeah.
He was taking on the teacher union in New Jersey, and he was saying all kinds of, really conservative things, and he was acting like a conservative. And then he went to hell in a handbasket, and nobody wants that guy.
Well, no. I mean, he hooked up with Obama.
Right.
Yeah. And
walked on the beach hand in hand with him. Yeah.
Literally hooked up with Obama.
Yeah.
And then that was the end
of
Chris Christie.
Yeah. And there were other things, too. There were many other issues with
Chris
Christie.
A case can be made that he cost Mitt Romney the election.
Absolutely.
With his little...
That walk with Obama after their little...
Sandy.
Little business get together there in New Jersey.
It was a beautiful thing. It was a loving moment between the two of them.
I know.
And it seemed to sink. Because Romney actually had some momentum
yes,
before
he did.
that. And then was it Superstorm Sandy?
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. Did y'all see the post by Trump about the Golden Dome, which is a necessary idea that hopefully will come to fruition before the end of his term? But did you see his tweet about Canada?
About Canada?
Yeah. He said, I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of our fabulous Golden Dome system, that it will cost $61 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. Who's gonna? I would not cherish Canada.
No.
Maybe he would, but not to me.
All right, but Alberta.
But he does claim they're considering it. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Alberta, known as the Texas of Canada, which I don't know if you want that moniker anymore based on what's happening here, but that's a very conservative province. And he's got a lot of oil there and stuff. Like if there's a movement there that's building to break away from Canada. We've seen Quebec try a couple of times in recent decades. But I guess a third of Albertans are on board with that. I don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. But hey, we'll take that. We'll take that little sliver with that energy up there.
I got no interest in Canada joining the U.S.
territory.
Yeah, not even
We've
that.
already talked
I don't
about
even
that.
want that. What do we want Canada for?
If you want you don't want even Alberta, the conservative province. That's two more conservative senators, right?
They've got some resources that we can use.
That's a lot of oil under there.
A lot of oil, a lot of timber, a lot of syrup. We're good.
I don't know that Alberta has a lot of syrup. No. Do they?
Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Now, if Canada, the whole country,
that would be a mess.
That would be a mess because that's all liberal.
Yes,
that's all liberal.
Yeah.
That's
nonsense.
why territory.
Yeah,
but give us Alberta. Give us Alberta.
And again, you're breaking up our 50 states and making
I like that even number 2.
Yeah,
that's why I say not as a territory.
It's perfect.
Well, could we trade?
Perfect.
Okay, what would we trade to Canada for Alberta?
California.
Yeah,
Let's give them California.
Do we want it to connect? Like, do we need the most liberal northern state?
I mean, to connect, it's got to be a connecting state.
Right?
It'd have to be Montana then, which is occasionally liberal.
Oh, Washington State. Well,
they're not connected, but okay. I don't think they're connected to Alberta, are they? I'd have to look at.
I wasn't saying Alberta. I just meant Canada.
Canada. Yeah, definitely Washington. Yeah, you could.
We might give them Minnesota if they keep.
Or Minnesota,
Michigan.
Yeah,
Michigan could go. I mean, I'd hate to see the lower half of Michigan go to Canada. Maybe up here, the
Oopers or whatever you call them. Yeah,
Youpers.
Good stuff. All right. So there was another little issue with the U.S. Secret Service.
Yes.
This is an agency that is known or was known as the best in the world.
The premier.
Yeah,
right? The premier.
Yes.
What's the backstory on this, Chris?
And now there's so many things going awry with the U.S. Secret Service.
That's the backstory.
Yeah, they were fighting. We have the video of the fighting.
Yes, outside of
Obama's house.
Obama's residence.
Obama's residence in Washington, D.C.
Oh, my goodness.
That's outside his $8 million home.
Now, they said no one knows if they did not report whether he was actually there or not.
Is there audio with this?
We know that Michelle wasn't because
she's in Hawaii.
Immediately before I whooped the girl's ass.
So send somebody, whatever, out here immediately.
They said that the one girl was late, right? And that ticked off the other.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what they said.
Boy,
but I mean, they had the fight.
Cream of the crop, right there.
I don't know if this is the same girl or girls or ladies that fought on the tarmac with Kamala.
Yeah.
We had that fight going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We had the breastfeeding incident with Trump.
Years ago, there was the party in Colombia. There was the fact that they allowed the person. Remember when the person got into the White House?
Yes.
Just hopped the fence
into the family area,
all the way to the West Wing.
We had the shootout in California when Obama. Was speaking with
best of the best.
There are some issues there.
Yeah,
they protected Trump, right? Oh boy.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.